Shavua Tov. Welcome to Interconnections with Elana Mizrahi, connecting women to Torah, women to each other, and women to themselves. These words should be Lilu Shmat Avram Ben Mazal, and for Refuah Shleima of Kol Cholei Israel, B'ezrat Hashem, we should hear Besorot Tovot. I have some guest speakers with me today. All my children are home, except for my oldest. And I think I'm not the only one who has got so many thoughts going on through their minds. I haven't slept in days. On my own personal story of what's happening, and of course on a universal story of what's happening, I've just got so many thoughts. I am having a hard time sleeping, and I don't think that I'm the only one. I work a lot with trying to be calm, keep women calm. I'm a doula. I do trauma therapy. And I can tell you a lot of techniques. Breathe in 4, hold it for 4, breathe out 4. I can give you mindfulness and all kinds of different things. At the end of the day, these things are fantastic and we should all practice them. But tachlis, in reality, when we're under stress, it's really hard to implement them. So there I am, all night long, with thoughts going through my mind. And what did I do? I got up early, like as I always do. And I went for a run. 5 o'clock in the morning, I went for my run in the hills of Yerushalayim, alone, which was good. And as I was running, I was thinking to myself, my God, Elana, this is the test. Meaning, we practice so many things in life, and we talk about faith, and we talk about emunah b'tochen, and then comes the time when we really have to step up to the plate and say, okay, this is where I can actually utilize all these things that I've been working on. This is really the test where I can teach my children emunah b'tochen. And how do I do this? So I take all these thoughts and I have to keep myself in the present. Because what are the thoughts about? The thoughts are, how am I going to have a livelihood? The thoughts are, what if, God forbid, one of us gets sick? The thoughts are, what's going to happen? What's going to be? People are not knowing what they're going to do for Pesach. People are not knowing what they're going to do with their kids home. You have seminary girls who had plans to stay here until June, and they're on their way home, or they're already home. They're confused. You have people who are supposed to be making weddings, and the weddings were canceled, or now 10 people instead of 100 people. You have people trying to make bar mitzvahs and brit milot. So many people. All these thoughts, and we realize that we made lots of plans, but none of them is in our control. So there I was, running through the hills of Yerushalayim, and I was thinking to myself about these thoughts, and I said to myself, Elana, stop. Stop the thoughts. Just keep going. It says in Mishlei, this is Yosef, this is Asher. Let's go give it to Asher. It says in Mishlei, a very famous pasuk, we say it all the time. It says, Rabot machshavot belev ish va'atzat Hashem hitakun. There are lots of thoughts in the hearts of man, but the counsel, the advice, the doing of Hashem, this is what will be. This is what will happen. Now, as you're thinking about these, I always say to my children, I'm going to do my effort. Ani oseh et hishtadlut sheli, pe'ula b'yadayim sheli, ba'otzaot, the results are in Hashem's hands. I'm going to do what I can. Hashem is going to make it happen or not. But there's something more about this pasuk. That all these thoughts that are going through my heart and my head, you know what Hashem says? Takum. Just do. Stop thinking so much. Be in the present. Ground yourself. Touch yourself. Look around. What's around you? What color are my walls? How can I just stay focused in the present? Because really, the only way to get rid of stress in this situation right now is just to be focused in the present and to just go with whatever Hashem has planned for us. You know, in this week's Parshat Vayakhel, it talks about Moshe Rabbeinu was making the Mishkan. He was telling Betzalel, and Betzalel was doing it. They were making all these beautiful kelim, all these beautiful vessels that were to go in the Mishkan. And one of them was the kior. One of them was the sink where the Kohanim would wash their hands and their feet. Do you know what the sink was made of? It was made of all these beautiful copper mirrors that the women brought with such enthusiasm to be part of the Mishkan. They brought them to Moshe and they said, look, we want to give these beautiful mirrors. And Moshe says, I'm not so sure about these mirrors. Why? Because he said these mirrors were actually used for enticement. What would happen? The women in Egypt would look at the mirrors, they would look at themselves, and they would make themselves beautiful, and they would see their beauty. The men would come behind them. The men would look at the women seeing themselves as beautiful, and the men would see themselves as beautiful too. This is a tremendous koach, a tremendous strength that women have the capability of doing, is to be able to look inside, see your beauty, and to use it, that other people should then see their beauty. So there are these mirrors, and they're coming with these mirrors, and Moshe says, I'm not sure about these mirrors, it seems pretty vanity to me and vain. Hashem says, no, these mirrors are so precious to me, they're going to be used in the Mishkan. What am I getting out of this? I'm getting that right now we are in such moments of stress and anxiety and fear, and we don't know what will be. We need to take all these thoughts and we need to just do. We need to see, look in the mirror and do one thing today. One thing that makes you feel good, that makes you feel beautiful. Do something and say, you know what, with this act of beauty, I'm going to let that be a reflection that somebody else is going to come and that they should feel beautiful. B'ezrat Hashem, it should be B'sorot Tovot. If anyone has any questions, wants to contact me, email me. My email is elanamizrahi@gmail.com. We should just have a Gilui Shlema v'Shavua Tov.